How to get control of your life when it's feeling out of control. Day 4. That's what I'm going to be talking about on today's video. Hello, welcome back. My name is Dom and I help people to step into their truth and power. Over the past couple of days, I've shared that one of the most impressive signs to me of a truly evolved and self-aware adult is the ability to self-regulate their being. And what I'm referring to here is the ability to make conscious, intelligent decisions regarding our thoughts, our feelings, the words we speak, and the actions that we take. It's really the ability to avoid acting on poor impulses. So, if standing in your personal power and getting control over your life sounds attractive to you, I'm going to be sharing some different strategies as I go through this week that will allow you to gain real control to help you increase your awareness and level of consciousness to who you are being in any given moment. I actually call this mastering an empowered life, and in yesterday's video I shared the third way. Today I am sharing the fourth. Are you ready? Okay, let's jump right into this. The fourth way to begin getting control of your life is to set goals. Set goals. Now, I know some of you love setting goals and some of you despise it. My take on goals is a bit different than most people who preach success principles. I do believe goals are necessary so that we have a focal point to work towards. Otherwise, without that focal point, energetically, we're going to be all over the place in our thoughts, in our feelings, and in our actions. Goals provide us with a true north star, a framework, if you will, for making decisions on what we're going to spend our time on and what we're not. So when you're faced with multiple options, you can ask yourself how each of those choices will affect your ability to reach your goals. Without this ability, it becomes so much harder, almost impossible sometimes, to make a decision. And when decisions become harder to make, it also becomes harder to regulate yourself. We get so frustrated, we get impatient, we get overwhelmed. And when that happens, we have to work so much harder and spend so much more energy in not allowing stress from indecision to creep in. And so I'm curious, what goal do you want to experience coming true for you? Share that in the comments below. What goal do you want to experience coming true? Share that in the comments below, because by sharing it, you'll be taking a step closer to making it become real for yourself. Now, as you take that step in setting goals, there are some principles that need to be honored in order to experience success in using them. So many people set goals, but they never experience them because, from my experience, they quit because they have no principles in place from which to help them honor those goals that they ultimately want to experience. So would it be helpful if I share with you those principles that I've established for myself and have worked really, really well for me? If so, type awesome in the comments. Type awesome in the comments. Great. There are actually 11 of them. There are 11 principles. Are you ready? Principle number 1. Goals must be specific, but they are not set in stone. Meaning, they must be measurable, but also too, it means that as we move through our experience toward reaching our goal, anything is subject to change along the way, and we will allow ourselves to course correct and even change the goal as necessary. That could be hard for some people, especially the self-proclaimed perfectionists. It's like we set the goal, it's set in stone, and we have to attain it no matter what, otherwise I fail. That is not practical. It's not practical because we don't have control of everything going on around us. Unexpected things happen, and we have to be able to allow ourselves the ability to navigate around and through those things that we can't anticipate. Principle number 2, block time for focused goals each day. Block time for focused goals each day. Blocking time allows us to create consistency, and consistency is the name of the game here. Our short-term goal is to stay in momentum to reach our long-term goal. So blocking time each day to do something that moves you closer each day towards your long-term goal is really key. It's fundamental. Principle number 3. Keep priority goals, the big goals, to a minimum. Keep priority goals, big goals, to a minimum. Resist focusing on more than 3 big goals each day. Because I find that focusing on more just has a tendency to create overwhelm. If I wind up having time to do more, I will do more, but I really only intend to focus on 3 or less a day. Principle number 4, keep distraction to a minimum. Keep distraction to a minimum. Create a distraction-free environment as much as possible when you're working on one of your goals. We want to resist looking at our mobile phones every time it dings and pings and vibrates. If we happen to be on the computer, we really want to shut down any notifications or anything that could distract us away from the work that we need to be focused on. This is really key for when we're doing things for ourselves, especially like working out or meditating. Minimizing distraction is key. Principle number 5, make a commitment. Make a commitment. Because if you're just interested, you're not committed. Without commitment, we're going to be more inclined to quit as soon as we meet some resistance. I know you may not like making this commitment, but it's the commitment that allows us to move towards experiencing the success and joy that you're desiring. So in that, why wouldn't you commit? Why wouldn't you commit? It's good for us. It's going to lead us to where we want to be. Principle number 6, measure your progress along the way. Measure your progress along the way. And as we're measuring progress, I encourage you to do this with curiosity, not with judgment. If we're not measuring progress, there is no way to know how we're progressing. Further, there's really no way to course correct along the way so that we can reach our goals sooner and with less effort. It's also key that we stay curious in this so that we can do that course correction. Judgment and self-condemning is nothing but a losing proposition. It sends us into a lower energy, and we're much more likely to quit when we involve ourselves in doing that. So stay curious. Principle number 7, get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. Get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, it's likely that your goal isn't big enough. Our goals should spark some excitement in us, and even a small slice of fear too. It's in that uncomfortableness that we learn. And when we learn, we grow. And when we grow, we're living in that special place of life, that juice and excitement of what life has in store for us. This is the difference between living our life and existing through our life. Because you've got that spark of something that lights you up, and you look forward to leaning into and living each day. Principle number 8. Quick results are nice, but resist using that as a benchmark of progress for success. Quick results are nice, but resist using that as a benchmark of progress for success. Success in reaching goals requires time, and it takes patience. Drive-through breakthroughs do sometimes happen, but they are not the norm. So when they do happen, let's celebrate them, but let's also be pragmatic and practical and allow time and patience to rule. Principle number 9, action is not dependent on feeling motivated. Action is not dependent on feeling motivated. Motivation is a result or a byproduct of taking action, not the other way around. And this is where so many people get stuck right out of the gate in the beginning. They lose their motivation and quit. And so this is when we have to look back to our prior principle on commitment. Principle number 10, hold on to belief. Hold on to belief. What do you believe? Do you believe you can reach your goal? Because whatever you believe will be the experience you get to have. If you believe you can't reach your goal, you won't. You never will. But when you believe you can, you've got a real shot at manifesting it and experiencing it. Belief is always required. We must stay in belief. Principle number 11, constantly work on yourself. Constantly work on yourself. This isn't just about what you're doing. but more, who are you being in your doing? If you're doing a whole bunch of stuff, but you're miserable in your doing, why the heck are you doing it? What is the purpose? This is where so much challenge lives for people. The challenge in who they are being, in the relationships that they hold, not only with others, but more importantly, the one that they hold with themselves too. This is right in my wheelhouse. And so if you find yourself in the experience of doing a lot and feeling stressed out and overwhelmed and feeling miserable, and you're not moving closer to where you want to be, we need to talk. If you would like to have an opportunity to speak about breaking through this, click on the link below in the description box or comments, Speak with Dom. Click on the Speak with Dom link in the comments and description box below. And so I'm curious, what goal would you love to reach? Share that in the comments. I'd love to know, because I want to be able to provide some encouragement to you so that you can continue moving forward towards that. I'm going to be continuing this topic with different ways for you to get control of your life for the next few days. So hit the subscribe and bell so that you don't miss them. And if you would like to help another person, please take a moment to pay it forward by sharing this video online with your friends and family. It's my intention to have this information shared with as many people as possible right now, because I do believe that this is what is needed for so many in the world right now. And you'll be helping to get this information out by clicking the share and sharing it. Until I connect with you again for my next video, stay well, stay healthy, and stay empowered.